What's up, everybody? I'm gonna give it a couple minutes. We got France in the house. What's up? Bitcoin and Litecoin down. First off, actually, if you're a replay viewer, I guess I'll get into the video. I'm trying to keep my phone in front of the air conditioner because my phone gets hot when I do these in the car. If you haven't noticed, I'm pretty much doing all my videos from the car lately because I'm extremely busy, everybody. We've been having just ton of delays with our closing on our house, so everything's in U-Haul. I can't sit down and do videos. We should be moving tomorrow, but thanks for being patient with me, first off. Second off, this video is just to, you know, do a video as best I can without looking at charts, right? So I'm kind of just talking to you. If you're on YouTube, I'm sure you have enough data to gather and to bring in. What's up, Dan Best? And, you know, everybody has their own technical analysis perspective on what's going on. If you know, or at least if you've been watching my videos, then you kind of know that the dips, when we get dips like this, they're extremely important to me. And I want to really start this video by first saying to everybody out there watching these videos, this is not financial advice. Please do not look to me for financial advice. Don't look to YouTubers for financial advice. What I'm sharing with you is my perspective on these markets, is my perspective on Bitcoin price, and at the end of the day, this is my approach to Bitcoin and Litecoin. So just want to throw that out there for you. That's the first thing. I'm probably going to start throwing out that disclaimer more often at the beginning of my videos, because I've noticed a lot more and more as I read comments and even comments on other YouTubers, people really are not everybody, I know a lot of you are not, but a lot of people are kind of cruising through YouTube and Twitter looking for buying indicators and buying advice, I guess you could say. So first off, don't do that. Second of all, let's really talk about what I want to talk about. Bitcoin and Litecoin are falling. Litecoin falls below my first heavy buy range, which is $80 to $90. I've been saying it for a while now. A good video to watch if you haven't seen it is a July 4th video I did on Litecoin halving. Just that 30 to 45 days leading into the Litecoin halving. I'm not saying we knew it was going to be volatile to the downside, but there was a very strong possibility. Bitcoin halving gives us good data as well that really suggests that this was going to happen, and that this was going to happen for Bitcoin as well, right? So I just want to, I guess, especially as many of you I'm sure are watching articles, reading articles, watching videos, looking at other YouTubers and their technical analysis videos. I'm sure people are live right now doing technical analysis on Bitcoin's current move below 10,000, and a lot of what you'll see is charts that are zoomed in, and it is extremely ugly looking when you're zoomed in, especially like on a 4-hour chart. I know there's YouTubers and stuff that are zoomed in on like hourly and 15-minute charts, and it just looks terrible. It really does. My approach to buying really doesn't have anything to do with those charts. My approach to technical analysis in these markets has nothing to really do with those charts. My approach is on the daily chart zoomed out, and my approach is on the weekly chart zoomed out. Even the monthly chart I've been using lately. Now, first off, sometimes I'll cover 4-hour charts, but that's really to get a perspective of a current dip, or a perspective of a possible dip in play, right? We always look for the 50 moving average cross below the 200 moving average. That's a very first sign that something big is about to happen, and we saw that recently, right? But from there, really, besides patterns on the 4-hour, we pivot over to the daily chart to see what's going on. So at the very least, what I can tell you, if you have a daily chart open, or if you want to try and open one, for Bitcoin, this is in regards to Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin actually on the daily candle right now trading below the 50 moving average. I would really be curious to see what happens in the next few hours. Really curious to see if we get maybe a bounce from where we are right now. I'm not saying I think that's going to happen. It would be very good to see that happen for Bitcoin. If Bitcoin saw a close on a daily candle above the 50 moving average, it's probably not looking very likely at this point. But that would be a good indicator, right? We've talked about, since being overextended on the 50 moving average on the daily Bitcoin chart, that a pullback to the 50 moving average is likely, and it happens all the time for the history of Bitcoin, right? So I just want to throw this out there for you also in terms of zooming out on the charts. Go back to mid-May. Bitcoin saw a pretty big dip, 25% to the downside. I think there was another smaller dip towards the end of May, I believe. But mid-May, I would say there was a 25% dip. Right now, currently, from our previous swing high on Bitcoin, Bitcoin's just in another 25% dip. 25% dip right now, trading under $10,000, is actually not that much. You know, a 40% dip is common. A 40% dip is always possible. And I've talked about that, especially in the bear markets, when we have mini bounces, right, and we get pulled back up to the 50 moving average. We talk about seeing rejection at the 50 moving average, right, and then getting just another 40% dip, 30% dip. In environments where we're in an uptrend, these are the scenarios where I like to buy Bitcoin, right? So currently, from a swing high, Bitcoin's down 25%. There's definitely, since we have some time before Litecoin halving, in terms of historical data, there's absolutely room for continued downside. However, right now, Bitcoin under $10,000, I talked about this with a buddy of mine the other day. It's just, you know, whether we're under $10,000 for the next month, 2 months, and then we break above into the bull market in 2 months, which is possible, everybody. Whether it takes 2 months or not, the fact that Bitcoin is back below $10,000 spells opportunity. Speculatively, in my opinion, this would be the last time Bitcoin's below $10,000. For me, that's a great opportunity, right? Bitcoin has already proven itself strong coming out of this last bear market, and the fact that currently we broke to the very key Fibonacci retracement channel of resistance, right, which is, I don't have the chart open right now, but it was the previous swing high in the last bull market that we have, all the way down. We take our Fibonacci from that bull market high to the bear market low. We have a really big channel of resistance ahead of us for Bitcoin, and Bitcoin reached it. We've reached the resistance perfectly, and that price range is, I believe, $13,000 to $16,000. That's the Fibonacci 618 to 786 channel. That's a somebody just called me, and I think I'm still live. I hope that doesn't happen again. So huge resistance. Bitcoin reached it, similar to what it did out of the last bear market in 2015. Broke out of the bear market, reached the Fibonacci resistance, bounced down, right, and then traded sideways for some time. A great area of accumulation, and we might be entering a similar environment right now. So like I said, for me, you know, we already have 25% to the downside. It's very, very possible we can get another 20%. But right now, Bitcoin's under $10,000. I scooped up some Bitcoin today when this dip happened. It's just, for me, it's just a good area to buy Bitcoin. You know, you kind of want to be patient when Bitcoin's mooning and we're hitting resistance at 13,000 and we're looking like we're cruising to 15,000. It's hard to just be patient and wait for a pullback, but they come. They always have, and they probably always will. So that's Bitcoin. Please just zoom out on the charts. Go to the weekly chart if you can find one. Go to tradingview.com if you don't know where to find a chart. Download the TradingView app if you're on a smartphone, and go to the weekly chart, and then just simply zoom out so that you have, you know, the history of Bitcoin on your charts, and just look, right? And then from there, make your own decision of what you want to do in these markets. How long-term an investor are you? But please be very careful listening to YouTubers in terms of buying. Number two, Litecoin. what can I say about Litecoin other than, you know, I'm extremely bullish on Litecoin, and I remain extremely bullish, probably even more so extremely bullish now that Litecoin has followed our path back down below 100, approaching the 50-week moving average, exactly like it did in the last halving, leading into the halving. Litecoin was over 500% up since our swing low in the bear market, right? Almost 500%. So the same type of thing, I think we were over 700% out of the last bear market in 2015, and Litecoin's up to over 700%. And you know, the month leading into the last halving, the first halving for Litecoin consolidated big time, 70%. So this time around, it's simply why we've anticipated a similar move. So in 2015, Litecoin consolidated to the 50 moving average on the weekly chart. That's around, I believe, $60, $65 Litecoin right now. We're very close. I mentioned it's a huge buy zone for me. I didn't think we'll get there, right? So the 80s to 90s was a really big buy zone for me. Wanted to make sure I at least got some discounted Litecoin in that range. But if we reach that 50-week moving average around in the 60s, that's a huge buy zone for me as well. So patience, just because we're reaching these areas doesn't mean we're going to get a hard bounce to the upside off of these and we're going to be trading above 100 in a few days. It doesn't mean that. We might be trading sideways for some time within a volatile channel below $100. So those are things we need to be prepared for, in my opinion, and we need to be patient for. So if you're the type of person you think Litecoin's going even lower than that 50-week moving average, then fine, be patient for that move too. But check your own financial situation and buy when you're comfortable if you're keen on buying cryptocurrency. I'm not here for financial advice. I'm really just here to go through this journey with you. For me, it's a journey of accumulation and doing it in the wisest way possible. A wise way of accumulation in my experience, because I've lost a lot of money at the beginning of my entrepreneurial journey. The wisest way of accumulation is being patient and is buying discounted things when there's fear in the markets. And that's what's happening right now. There's fear in the markets. Bitcoin's down, back below 10,000. But everybody, I'm telling you, zoom out on the charts. Zoom out on the charts. It's all you have to do. Don't waste too much time other than entertainment purposes in just taking in YouTube charting, right? Because you're going to be influenced by influencers on YouTube. I'm here to grow a channel. I want to grow this YouTube channel, and I'll do everything possible to do it. But the one thing I won't do is, number one, give you financial advice, and number two, try and tap into your emotions in getting you to watch my videos. Everybody knows I'm long-term bullish, but at the same time, everybody also knows that I wait for the dips, and you know, I tell it how it is. And how it is this is a game of patience, and this is speculative. If you can be long-term in this space, it's my opinion that it's a great investment, hence why I'm heavily invested in crypto. But there's always a risk of failure, right? There's always risk that Bitcoin and Litecoin and cryptocurrencies will fail. So don't spend more than you can afford to lose, and don't take buying advice from people on the internet. So that's it. I mean, the other thing is, as you're zooming out on the charts, right? As we have context of Litecoin halving approaching, Bitcoin halving in like a year, you know, these deflationary cryptocurrencies are going to become more valuable as they begin to get even more exposure. The world is not even here yet, in my opinion, and it's crazy to me. I tweeted yesterday, stinking President Trump tweeted about Bitcoin the other day, right? He tweeted about Bitcoin, and people are still not even paying attention. Yesterday, Secretary of Treasury did a conference on cryptocurrency, and the world is still not paying attention. Do you realize how bullish that is? What is it? The House GOP leader, McCarthy, says he likes Bitcoin, right? And this is all in an environment, all this is happening in an environment where Bitcoin is, you know, regulated and making sure there's no illegal activity going on. And I'm completely fine with that. I know there's probably people out there that, I don't know, have issue with government having any type of hand in cryptocurrency. But I want cryptocurrency to be, you know, a system of integrity, right? And I want things to be legal. So any illegal activity, obviously not good at all. So I don't know why people would have any problem with that. But this is more for me. This is a world of innovation happening before our eyes. This is a shift in terms of our monetary system, right? And the way that we interact with each other, right? This is peer-to-peer. This is like a huge shift in terms of peer-to-peer on a global scale and how we do things. And working in the startup space, in the cryptocurrency startup space, and just being a really big fan of technology myself, I think it's so cool that we get to invest in this space so early stage and invest in this technology, speculatively, of course, but we get to be a part of it. And I think that's awesome. It's one of the biggest reasons I'm here. I want to be a part of it, and I want to be a part of its growth. It's why I'm invested in it. But from an accumulation standpoint, from a trading standpoint, zoom out on the charts. If you are conservative like me, that's the best thing I could possibly tell you to do. Zoom out on the charts. They tell the story over and over and over again. 25% dip today, or in the last couple days since swing high, absolutely is nothing, right? It's so commonplace. Happened so many times in the past. So yes, Bitcoin and Litecoin are down. And that is why I've been buying Bitcoin and Litecoin. Just my approach. Can they keep going down? Yes, I'm okay with that. So make your own decisions, everybody, on how you want to invest, if you're going to invest. But either way, it's exciting to be here, even on days like this. And it's super exciting. Bitcoin's back below 10,000. If you missed the boat and you were tempted to FOMO buy at 13,000 not too long ago, guess what? We're here. We're back below 10,000. We got the dip. We've been talking about it, tracking it on this channel, and the dip is here. And this is exactly why I started this YouTube channel, is to track it, to anticipate dips like this. So it's exciting to see it happen. It's always more exciting when Bitcoin goes up, but it's exciting when our patience is tested and we can grow from it and we can find opportunity in it. So I hope you're all doing well out there. Wanted to do a quick live stream. Tomorrow we should be moving into the house. Hopefully I can get back to my regularly scheduled program of just kind of doing some videos with actual charts in front of me and talking this through. But I wanted to be here from a moral perspective for you and really just chat with you real quick. So I hope you're having a great day today. I hope you have a great rest of the day. Hang in there, everybody. Have some patience. And lastly, I'll leave you with this reminder. Please zoom out on the charts. If you're here right now and you're not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you as part of the channel as I grow this channel, as we hopefully enter this next bull market when we break through that $13,000 to $16,000 resistance range, that resistance channel. Things are going to get exciting. Have a great rest of the day. I will see you in the next video, and God bless.